Hello everyone, welcome to Madridista Notes. Today let's start the video with the news that broke out earlier during the day about Real Madrid coach Carlo Ancelotti being wanted. We have known from recent weeks since the World Cup has finished that Brazil are really interested in bringing Carlo Ancelotti as their new national team coach, and I think that is the reason they haven't yet appointed anyone, and they are waiting for Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid to make the decision before they can announce that decision. But today, earlier during the day, the reports came out from ESPN Brazil, which is normally reliable. It's a reliable station or account from where Brazilian reports normally come out, and I think they have some info, but it's nothing final yet. They just jumped onto the news about Carlo Ancelotti and Brazil. It's some household names. Brazil, the biggest, most successful national team in the world. Carlo Ancelotti, the coach, manager of the biggest club in the world. So it makes a huge story, and if they can break it, they can get a lot of clicks. They can get a lot of views, a lot of popularity from it. So they broke this news. It's a little premature. So the report that came out from ESPN Brazil is that Carlo Ancelotti will become the new coach of Brazil national team. Carlo Ancelotti has already given his yes to the Brazilian Federation. Ancelotti will be the new Brazilian national team coach, 3-year contract starting from June 2023. Vinicius Junior, Militao, and Rodrigo know about his decision. So the last thing that Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and Militao already know about this kind of decision, and that he is already given his yes. I don't think that's the truth. I think he is interested and he wants to see what Real Madrid is going to do. If Real Madrid gives him a new contract and after the season ends, Real Madrid and Ancelotti doesn't part ways, because we have to understand there is a huge chance that Real Madrid doesn't end up with any of the big trophies this season. And if that happens, you can be 100% sure Ancelotti won't be at the helm. So he's keeping his options open. He hasn't rejected that proposal. I think he's keeping it at the back burner. And Brazilian national team is happy to wait for Ancelotti till June at the very least, because he's a really high profile coach. He is a coach who is really good at cup competitions. He is one of the best coaches of all time. So I think it would be, and he has the understanding with the Brazilian players in Real Madrid. So they must have given some very good reviews about Ancelotti. I think the way the board has treated Ancelotti so far this season after winning the World Cup and after winning the Champions League and La Liga, I think he is right to keep his options open. And if I were Ancelotti, I would have just made the agreement with Real Madrid to leave the job. Whatever happens, if he wins Champions League, Copa del Rey, or even if he doesn't win anything, whatever happens, if I were in his shoes, I would keep that option open. And after the season ends, I would join the Brazilian national team. He has done everything he can do in club football. He is not a young manager anymore. So it's not like if he goes to that national team coach sector that he's stocks in managerial coaching club level would drop, because he has already announced that Real Madrid is going to be the last club that he is going to manage. I think that's truth. He wants to finish on a high. He doesn't want to get back to the level of coaching teams like Everton. So he wants to finish on a high in his club, at his club level. So you cannot go higher than Real Madrid. And then if you join the Brazilian national team coach, you have such talented players and the kind of manager coach like Ancelotti, he can do some real damage with that Brazil national team. And I think if Ancelotti becomes the Brazil national team, it automatically gives Brazil, makes Brazil a real contender for the next World Cup. So I think it's something positive for Brazil. It's something positive for Carlo Ancelotti, and I think it would be good for his career and for Brazil. For Real Madrid, I think the management, the way they have been um, treating Carlo Ancelotti, I don't think they see him as someone who will be. He's not someone they see him Real Madrid's future with. I think they are keeping an eye on managers like coaches like Raúl, Xabi Alonso, and the report today earlier came out from Dario AS. It was an old report that Real Madrid president Florentino Perez loves, for some reason, Mauricio Pochettino, ex-Tottenham and PSG manager. I can tell you 90% Real Madrid fan base is totally against this appointment. We don't like Mauricio Pochettino. He doesn't have a winning reputation. He doesn't have the reputation of a winner. I don't know how he is going to deal with the Real Madrid dressing room. He is not some kind of real genius of a tactician too. So I don't see it as some appointment. I think when you have Zidane, Thomas Tuchel, this kind of managers available, and if you want to go with the ex-Real Madrid background, then you have Raúl, Xabi Alonso. So I think those four options would be the options that I would look at first before I go for someone like Mauricio Pochettino. I think it could go real wrong, like it went with Rafael Benitez, and before that, it went with the ex-Sevilla manager, the manager that's currently managing Wolves. I don't remember his name. He was here for 3, 4 months, then he got sacked. It was a disaster. So this kind of appointments really doesn't go well in Real Madrid. You have to go with someone with really good, huge background in management, or someone who can have, deserves respect, like Zinedine Zidane, like Raúl, like Xabi Alonso, or some winner, proven winner like Thomas Tuchel. Those kind of options would be the best for Real Madrid. I think those will be the first four options that I would look for before I even look for someone like Mauricio Pochettino. I think it would be a really unpopular decision. It would be a really unpopular appointment, and if he doesn't win anything in his first season, then he's going to get sacked anyway. And on the other hand, if we bring someone like Thomas Tuchel, because I don't know if Florentino Perez is going to bring in Zidane for the third term, because the last time Zidane parted, he didn't part with the board at in a good way, because his voice wasn't hard enough and he was threatened with his job in the middle of the season. That was highly disrespectful towards Zidane, and that was really, really a low blow from the board whose God was saved by multiple times by Zinedine Zidane. So it was a low blow. It was disrespectful. It was an asshole move by Florentino Perez, Jose Angel Sanchez, and Real Madrid board. So I don't think after the kind of ending that Real Madrid and Zidane had a second term, I don't think Zidane is going to come under Florentino Perez. If he comes, then Florentino Perez and the board will have to make some concessions. Zidane's voice needs to be heard in on signings and team planning, because even last time, after even giving him the reassurance that his voices would be heard, his decisions would be respected, they didn't really go along with his decision making. So I think that will be one of the cases. So the other case is Thomas Tuchel. The problem with Thomas Tuchel is he's an explosive coach. He is a really, really good coach, but he's an explosive coach, and he can have some problems with the board. But board likes yes man. Florentino Perez and Real Madrid board likes yes man. They like managers like Carlo Ancelotti. I think they will, the most likely option they will go for, if Carlo Ancelotti leaves to Brazil, I think they will go for the safest option, Raúl. I think even I would take Raúl over Mauricio Pochettino any day of the week, because he is a Real Madrid legend. He is. learning his trade in the Real Madrid Castilla right now. If we are to appoint someone and we don't want to go for Zidane or Tuchel, the proven winners, then go for Raul or Xabi Alonso. I don't know if they will go for Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso just became the coach of Bayer Leverkusen, and he is doing a great job for Bayer Leverkusen. I don't know if he's going to be available anyways, but Raul will be available. He's our Real Madrid Castilla coach, so I think that would be the safest option and the option that would be that won't be unpopular with the Real Madrid fan base. They will give Raul the opportunity, the chance, and I think Raul will do well with the younger generation because he's someone who is giving the chances to the Castilla. He's working with the Castilla players, and the Castilla is playing well this season in the third division. And he knows the Castilla players like Arribas, Nico Paz, Rafa Marin, Vinicius Tobias, then the player that's coming out, Fran Garcia. Then there is Miguel Gutierrez, who is still in Girona. He may want to bring him back. This kind of Castilla players, I think under Raul, we can expect that our Castilla players will get more of an opportunity, and that makes it more exciting. But Real Madrid is always about winning. He will have to keep the winning streak going on while giving chances, and he will have to show the Real Madrid fan base and the Real Madrid board some kind of gameplay that's attractive because whatever you say, the Real Madrid fan base doesn't like boring football. We won't go for defensive football. That won't be tolerated. As long as we keep winning, it will be tolerated. But the moment the results don't come and you're playing defensive football, um, the tide will turn. There is some problems. I don't know why some people are talking about Raul playing three at the back. If he wants to play three at the back and shore up his defense, make his defensively solid, I have no problem with it. He can play whichever shape he wants, whichever formation he wants, as long as he shows some good gameplay, good football, and he keeps the Real Madrid identity that is winning going. I don't have a problem if he plays a three at the back or whatever formation. So the Zidane option is really unlikely under Florentino Perez. The Thomas Tuchel option is unlikely too because I don't know if they want to work with a tactician like Thomas Tuchel, who is outspoken, who is an explosive character. He's not a yes man. Whatever he is not a yes man. So I think that leaves us with options like Raúl, Xabi Alonso, Mauricio Pochettino. We'll just have to wait and see what this board does, what Florentino does, what Florentino Perez picks. But I had inkling that I had a doubt that Ancelotti, after getting treated like this by the board, he wanted some reinforcement for his team in the summer window. They didn't. He didn't want to sell Casemiro. They sold him. Then in the January transfer window, he wanted reinforcement. They said no, just use some Castilla players. We have some Castilla players, of course, good Castilla players, but you cannot force your double winning coach to do something he doesn't want to. I do not blame Carlo Ancelotti on that scenario because if I am bringing in results to you and you are telling me to change my um, way or how I am going, how I am getting you the results, then I don't know because you are also threatening with the job, with my job that you're going to, you're leaking to the press that Coach Carlo Ancelotti is going to get sacked if the results doesn't improve, if he doesn't win the Club World Cup. Those kind of things doesn't give much of a credential to the Real Madrid board that they are happy with Carlo Ancelotti. So I think it would be the best option for Carlo Ancelotti. I don't know about Real Madrid because I think Carlo Ancelotti, it would be best for him to leave after this season ends, and I hope he leaves us with another Champions League and a Copa del Rey because I don't think he can win the La Liga this season. We don't have the depth, we don't have the quality right now, and we cannot, reduce the gap between Barcelona and ourselves. That's too much of a ask from this team. So that's that. So let's talk a little bit about tomorrow. We are playing Al Hilal, I think the Al Hilal, the Saudi Arabian club, in the Club World Cup final tomorrow. I think Carlo Ancelotti should go for the same team, maybe with Ceballos in the team because he's in hot form. I would drop I think I would drop Luka Modric because he played 90 minutes last match. He might not be ready to play another 90 minutes after only 3 days, not even after 72 hours later. I would just add Ceballos in the midfield, play Chouameni, Cruz, Ceballos midfield. On the right wing, I will go with Valverde once more because I don't want to bring in Asensio. He had some problems. He didn't play in the semi-final. He played really shit against Mallorca, so I don't want to bring him. Valverde looked like he was coming back into some kind of form. He got his goal. In attack, of course, we have to go with Rodrigo and Vinicius. They are the informed players. And in defense, I will go with the same defense. Nacho is 10 times better than Carvajal right now. Even if Carvajal is fit, go. I wouldn't go anywhere near Carvajal. Whenever he comes back from injury, he drops a stinker, gets injured again, and goes into the darkness once more. I don't really like him once bit in the right back role. Nacho, I would prefer Nacho. He played a lot better last match and he was overlapping really well too. And Kamavinga, of course, has to play the left back because Militao is still not back. Even if Militao is back, I wouldn't start him. I would go with the partnership of Alaba and Rudiger for the final because Militao got injured. I wouldn't want to risk him if he is not 100% ready. And Courtois is, of course, not available, so we have to go with Lunin. That would be my team. And my prediction, I think I am going to go with 3-1 prediction for Real Madrid to win. Hopefully, we have a great match, a good performance, and we get back to winning ways, get some wins under our belt. Then, you know, then we have midweek match in La Liga, then another match weekend, then we are going against Liverpool in Champions Leagues and Barcelona in semi-final. So we have to start a winning run, and hopefully we start our continue our winning run into this whole month until the international break. That's what we need. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. See you next time. Hala Madrid.